Hello you gorgeous people of the interwebs, I hope you're having a fandabby-daisy day. I'm Gwenny and I love luxury in all of its glorious forms. Today I would like to share with you my full luxury handbag collection. Now I know we're living in some challenging times at the moment and I've been trying to find things to do to keep me occupied and keep me focused, and sometimes try and ignore a little bit of what's going on outside. It's not easy and we are all cooped up. I've got my husband working from home and he's driving me nuts. So apologies if you can hear him in the background. He's on conference calls pretty much all day long and he's quite loud sometimes. I've been speaking to friends on Instagram and other YouTubers and I've said, you know, should we still be doing this kind of thing? Should we still be talking about luxury and things that, let's face it, don't really matter in the grand scheme of things? The health and well-being of the wider community, and especially our closest, nearest and dearest loved ones and friends, is much more important. But the general consensus is we all need an escape. We all need something to bring a little bit of joy and a little bit of light into our lives instead of listening to the news constantly. So I'm here, I had a bit of time. I decided to dig out all my handbags from their hiding places. I don't have the luxury of being able to display my handbags in a unit or anything, so they basically live in that drawer unit behind me, and the cupboard you can just about see. This is my spare room. There go my notes. This is the spare room of our house. Normally I film downstairs where it's a little bit more colourful, but let me know if you prefer this new location. The lighting is probably a little bit better in here. So let me know what you think. I'm happy to shift operations up here if you prefer this more subtle kind of backdrop than the one downstairs. I also need to let you know that I've got no makeup on today because look, got a bit of a swollen eyelid, so I'm trying to distract you with blusher and lippy. I also look about 10 years older. Anyway, before we actually crack on with the video itself, and it is going to be a long one, so it's going to be a kind of, whoo, here's this one, I got this, then, bang, next, next, next. So you're not going to get a lot of detail about all the individual pieces. What I would say is if there's anything that you would like a more in-depth review of, there are a couple of pieces that I'm planning on doing more in-depth reviews of, more my newer bags. But if there's anything that you see that you want to take a closer look at, let me know in the comment section down below and I'll do a video just for you. Before we crack on with all of that, if you enjoy this video, if it's bringing a little bit of light into your otherwise cooped up, cabin fevered life, then give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, ring my bell, and I will endeavour to use my time at home productively and fruitfully and bring you lots more goodie videos. I'll include links where possible, but a lot of these pieces are discontinued as I've collected them over a number of years. Okay, let's get into it. What kind of order shall I do this in? Shall I do it by brand, by most used? I am going to attempt to do this chronologically. So chronologically in when they come to me. I have a couple of pre-loved pieces that are quite a little bit older, but they only came to me fairly recently. So my first luxury handbag is in this beautiful little Bali dust bag. And this was my 21st birthday present. It is a monogram nylon with leather trim handbag. It's just a little hobo. It's a little bit scrumpled up. It's quite difficult to stuff this one because it's double lined. It's got an adjustable handle, so you've got these rivets here. You can undo those, pull it up. It's a little bit like the Neo Noe, the handle on that, which you can extend. And I love this. I do bring it out every once in a while. It's in immaculate condition. Really, there's not even hardly any wear on the corners of the nylon or the leather. And it's beautiful and I can never give it up because it was my 21st birthday present and my first ever luxury handbag. There's going to be a bit of a jump in the timeline here because I'm in my mid-40s now, and that was my 21st birthday present, so you can see there's a little bit of a gap. I went a little bit nuts buying up a ton of Louis Vuitton in the early 2000s, so 2003, 2004, 2005. I bought Papillons, I bought Ellipses, I bought Speedy, which I never used, and I'm still not a fan of the Speedy. I bought a whole ton of Louis Vuitton. And then I found myself with some financial issues when I was made redundant and I had to sell them all. The only things I kept from that era was my key pouch, which I've had since 2002 and is wonderful. So there's a big jump until my next luxury purchase, and I wouldn't have put this down as a luxury brand at the time, more of a contemporary brand, but they've ramped up their prices and their styling and what have you. I'm no longer a fan of this brand, and they have tried really hard to position themselves alongside Louis Vuitton, Prada, those big names. And my next piece was this Mitzi East West Hobo that came with a removable shoulder strap as well in grape leopard, and it's by Mulberry. I went on a bit of a Mulberry trip at that time. They were affordable. This handbag was about, I bought it in the sale, it was about £350 in the sale, so much more affordable. These days they've tripled their prices, and the quality's gone down like a lot of other things. I'm not doing very well at keeping all of this really short, am I? I will try and do better. Sticking with a similar time frame, about 2011, is my Mulberry Alexa Hobo in this beautiful watermelon colour. This also has a removable adjustable shoulder crossbody strap, and I'll be honest, I've never used this bit at the front because I find it a bit fiddly. It's a great colour. I haven't used it in years, and I think I might start using it again. It is a gorgeous colour. I wasn't kidding when I said I went on a bit of a Mulberry trip. In circa the same time, 2012, 2013, is the Gracie in gold. Now this has a long, it's not removable, but it has a long crossbody adjustable strap, and I love this, and my husband has worn this for me on holiday when I haven't wanted to get a tan line. It is a great bag. It's my holiday go-to. I will never ever get rid of this bag. Another cheeky little Mulberry is this Lily in this beautiful kind of, it's kind of like a magenta colour. This is the regular Lily. It's got a long leather and chain strap, which I keep tucked in so it doesn't hit the leather on the outside. Love this bag, it's so cute. It actually carries quite a bit, and I use it a lot on nights out. Now I have sold a lot of my Mulberries because I didn't use them anymore, and to be honest, when I fell out of love with the brand after moving in a slightly strange direction in 2015 when the CEO changed, I have only kept a few of the pieces that I truly love, and this is one of them. This is supposed to be a handbag, but it's huge. This is the Maisie oversized clipper, and it's got the Alexa style embossed on the front. It is absolutely enormous. Look at it, it's like a cube. I did use it as a handbag for work a few times when I really had to carry a lot of stuff, but mostly I've ended up using it as an overnight bag. Moving out of the Mulberry phase, my husband bought me this beautiful Vivienne Westwood handbag at Bicester Village, and we absolutely loved it. He saw it, as soon as he saw it, he said, I love that, I love the print, it's amazing, you have to get it. And when we were buying lunch, or when he was paying for lunch, he got his wallet out, and the reason he loved this so much was his wallet was in exactly the same squiggle design, so we were a little bit matchy-matchy and not even realising it. Now this next brand might be a bit more contemporary than luxury. I'm not entirely sure where it falls in the bracket, so I've included it here. It's Moschino or Moschino, not entirely sure how to pronounce it. And it's this very cool zip top tote with lots of sort of tattoo inspired embroidery and embossing on the fronts, screen print on the back, and I absolutely love it. This suits me down to the ground. It looks great with my Doc Martens. Things are going to get a little bit hazy in the timeline now, but I do know that this one was 2015 because my husband bought it for me just after we got married, and he bought it for me because this is what my hair colour was at the point where we got married. It is my Alexander McQueen Skull Zip Tote. This is in the medium size. They had like a really tiny one and a really massive one as well. I wish I'd gotten one of the massive ones in black or grey because I think that would have been a brilliant work bag. It has a detachable shoulder strap, which I actually bought some lobster clips from Etsy because it was all buttoned and it was a bit of a faff to take it off and put it on again. So I bought some clips, and now I can pop it on, take it off, and I love it. It's a great bag. It carries loads, obviously stuffed at the moment. January 2016, and I bought my Louis Vuitton Neverfull GM with the pink pivoine lining, and you can see it's patinaed quite well. Did have an issue with a wax jacket. I put it on my shoulder wearing a wax jacket, and some of it came off. I was tempted to have all of the vachetta replaced, but I quite like the fact that she's looking a little bit used and abused and bashed. She is supposed to be a workhorse. Next up is another Alexander McQueen, and it is this beautifully soft lambskin leather sort of satchel bag with a slip pocket at the back, and the main zip entry is offset to the front slightly, which I really like. It comes with this non-adjustable shoulder strap. Again, it's a sort of a buttony clasp, so I want to get some lobster clips for this. It also comes with this removable grab strap, which I'm probably going to try and use with some of my other bags now that I remembered I've got it, but because this is so difficult to take off, I've never really used this. Yeah, so that's something I want to try in the future. It's gorgeous, it feels good, and this little detail here looks just like one of my McQueen bracelets, which I will show you in another video. I picked this next beauty up in the sales in January 2018. It was a ridiculous price and I basically had to buy it. It would have been stupid not to. It is the Alexander McQueen box bag in size 16. It has these gorgeous little tassel-y bits in sort of pinky, magenta, white and black. It looks fantastic dressed down with white sneakers or trainers, and it also looks fantastic dressed up with heels for an evening out. It's got this gorgeous little woven leather and metal grab strap, and it also has an adjustable shoulder strap, and it also has the most amazing red Alcantara lining. Gorgeous. Next up is a bag from the 90s, which my stepmum bought from new in Singapore, and I coveted the entire time she's had it. I persuaded her to sell it to me at some point during 2018, and it is the Louis Vuitton Sac Triangle in the most beautiful tassel yellow with that stunning purple lining. I had to have it relined. Louis Vuitton did that for me in 2018 for £234, which I thought was very reasonable to do the entire inside, and it is just gorgeous. As I understand it, Louis Vuitton created this style and shape for knitting needles, and I don't think you can get any more bougie than that. Fast forward to December 2018, my birthday. It's becoming a very nice habit to buy handbags on my birthday. I picked up this Louis Vuitton Pochette Felicie in scarlet empreinte leather. I'm using the card holder at the moment. I did sell the little zip pouch because I honestly couldn't think what to do with it. But this is brilliant. It was a slow burn love for me, but now I wouldn't be without it. Who doesn't love a Boxing Day sale? I picked up this little beauty in the Boxing Day sale. This is from Aspinall of London. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm not entirely sure I've ever used it. I've always thought I needed some sort of box clutch in my collection. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just not the kind of chick that needs one of those. But it is beautiful. I like to look at it. I wish I had a display cabinet so I could put it on there and just sit and look at it. It's gorgeous. Maybe I'll use it one day. My Louis Vuitton client advisor really surprised me when we went in to look at the Keepalls by saying, "Oh, I know you're after one of these. We've got one in stock. Would you like it?" It is, of course, the Pochette Accessoire in monogram. This, I said to my husband, was the biggest regret that I had in the early 2000s when I sold my Louis Vuitton collection. My biggest regret was that I got rid of the old model one of these. I had just found an old model pre-loved, which I'd bought. Literally a week later, this new model came up, and I have sold on the old model. I am never, ever getting rid of this, ever, ever, ever again. It's just too good. Last April I picked up this beauty, the Neo Noir. I've got bright yellow organisers in there so I can see my stuff, and I don't ever leave the strap, the shoulder strap on when I store it, because of the quality decline with Louis Vuitton. A lot of people are reporting that the hardware tarnishes or fades to silver really, really quickly. So I'm not taking any chances, taking the strap off, rolling it up, popping it in the bag, sticking it back in the cupboard. It's a great bag. It's really lightweight. It carries a ton of stuff. I just don't use it at the moment because I don't go out. Even before the situation occurred, I wasn't really going out that much because I wasn't working, and I would just grab a couple of pieces to run off to the shops with and come back again. One day I hope to be using her a little bit more often. This next bag is one that I saw in Selfridges in sort of January 2018, absolutely fell in love with it, way out of my price range at the time, and then I saw it at Bicester Village for half price, and it's this beautiful McQueen twin skull, fully studded, concertina shaped handbag. It has a chain strap which I keep tucked away in the bag when storing. Now, I have only used this a couple of times. I'm not a huge fan of flap bags, but I am getting used to it, especially with one of my later bags. I'm getting used to it a lot and I'm loving it. So this one needs a little bit more of a run out. It is absolutely beautiful. How rock and roll is that? Look at those skulls, just look at them. Arrgh. Absolutely stunning. I need to use you. I need to use you. Next up is one of the other bags that I sold in my early 2000s Louis Vuitton purge, and it is the Louis Vuitton Recital. Really cute little shoulder bag. It has got the red Alcantara lining, and it is absolutely beautiful. I used it tons at the time. Found this one pre-loved last year from a lovely lady on one of the Facebook groups, and I've not used it since I've had it. I'm a little bit too chunky for it to comfortably go over my shoulder if I'm wearing anything other than a vest top. Originally I was thinking about removing this strap and putting a crossbody strap on it, but I'm not entirely sure if that would be sacrilege or not. Let me know what you think. Should I leave it as it is, try and use it, or sell it on to someone else who would absolutely love this? I picked up this gorgeous piece pre-loved last year, and it is the Gucci Bengal Tiger clutch. I haven't used this since I bought it because I don't like brown, which is a bit of a shame. I love the Bengal print, especially with the pink flowers. Absolutely fantastic. The lady I'd bought it from had used it loads and absolutely loved it. It was a necessity to get rid of it, which is very unfortunate. I love it. I haven't used it. I don't know what to do. I think I'm probably just going to have to sell it. I don't like brown. I don't know. I should like brown. I've got brown eyes. It's great for my skin tone. But I don't really like brown. Now we're moving to a bit that you might be familiar with if you've watched my other videos, and these are my birthday bags from last year. So the Gucci Marmont shoulder bag in black. I absolutely love this. I have used this a ton since December. Well, when I've been out since December, I've used this loads, and it is great. I love it. I'm trying to decide whether to get a little bag organizer for it to keep the pale pink lining pristine, but it's great. It is everything that I thought it would be after lusting over it for a good 8 or 9 months before I actually bought it. Great bag. I know a lot of people are sick of seeing the Gucci Marmont now, and a lot of people are saying it's coming to the end of its time. I don't care. I don't care what other people think. This bag is great. I wanted it. I've used it. I feel justified and vindicated. And I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of it. And because we were going chronologically and I bought the Gucci earlier in the day, before I bought this one, this is my final handbag to share, and it is the Saint Laurent Loulou Puffer black lambskin with silver hardware, and it's in a size small and it's fantastic. Now I know I said earlier that I didn't like flat bags, but this one actually I find really quite easy to use, especially when I'm wearing it crossbody. The catch is really easy. It's such a squishy bag. I've definitely got a thing for pillowy bags, I think, because I'm falling in love with the Chanel 19 and I don't really like any Chanel handbags apart from that one. I also like the Bottega Veneta the pouch, which is also arguably incredibly pillowy. This is a beautiful bag. I dress up, dress down. I think it's the most glorious rock and roll-y beauty in my collection. So there you have it, that's my entire collection. Let me know what you think of them in the comment section down below. Let me know if you think, whoa dude, no one should have that many handbags, you can't use them all. And as I've said, I have some here in this collection that I haven't used in years but still can't quite get rid of. What are you like with your handbag collections? Have you got sentimental bags that you just couldn't ever think of parting with, but you still never use? Have you got bags that you think other people are wondering why the hell you've got them? I'm just interested to know. We're all here. We're all here. We've all got a bit of time on our hands. We're all here. We're all luxury addicts. We're all handbag freaks. And yeah, if we can't confide in each other, who can we confide in? Anyway, that's it for my collection. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Do your thing. Hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Until then, stay fandabby-dozy, stay safe, look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, and hopefully we'll ride this thing out sooner rather than later. Big love to everyone. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.